The story begins with a man dressed in a gray-colored outfit who wakes up in a cubicle room with 6 hatched doors, one on each side. He opens one door and sees that it leads to another cubicle room. As he navigates through the rooms, he lands in a room where, as he walks, he suddenly hears a slashing sound, and his body is cut into numerous square pieces, causing him to die instantly. This death was the result of a hidden grill. In a different scene, another man dressed in a gray outfit enters a cubicle room with his hands bleeding. He finds a man, also dressed in a gray outfit, unconscious on the floor. He then opens another door but doesn't find anyone in the other room. As he climbs down, the unconscious man wakes up. Suddenly, another door opens and the man pulls in a petrified middle-aged woman. He apologizes to her and starts to look around. They hear a young girl shouting, who also enters the room. While talking to her, an elderly man also walks into the room through the door above. The man warns the others that they can't keep walking around rooms like that, since some of them contain traps. He tells them that he was nearly killed while entering one such room. The middle-aged woman examines the injured man, telling him that she is a doctor. While everyone is trying to calm down, the old man opens a door and throws one of his boots into the room, which is burnt instantly by incinerators. As he tries entering another room, the man stops him and asks everyone if they remember how they got there. The doctor says the last thing she remembers is opening her fridge's door. The young girl says she just slept and doesn't remember anything else. The other man says he just woke up there. They start pondering who built the structure they were in. As the old man unties his other boot, the man asks him what does he think about the structure. The old man says it's futile to think about anything other than trying to escape. He suggests going in a straight path until they reach the exit. The young girl asks if they should wait until someone reaches them, to which the others disagree. The young girl becomes petrified, while the man tries to calm her down by telling her that he is a cop. The old man opens a door and throws his boot into the other room. When nothing happens, he tells the others that it is safe to go there. Like this, they walk through the doors. While climbing through the doors, the young woman notices there are 3 numbers written between the doors. As they are determining what it stands for, the doctor says they have only 3 days before they run out of food and water. The old man tells her to keep sucking on buttons to survive. As he opens another door and throws the boot into it, even though nothing happens, he tells them that it is a trap door. Since the air in the room was dry, it could be a trap of poisonous gases. The reason the boot didn't set it off was probably that the motion detectors couldn't detect it as it was not a living thing. Hearing this, the cop asks him how does he know all this. The old man says he is an escape artist, so they all decide to take his lead. But as he walks into the other room, he has acid thrown on his face. Though he manages to get out of the room, he succumbs to his injuries and dies. They then try to reassess the situation. The cop asks each one what they do for a living. The other man says he is just a regular office employee, while the young girl says she is a school-going student. The doctor starts cursing the ones who built the facility they are in, saying they took her jewelry. The cop notices the young girl's glasses and asks her why she doesn't need them. She tells him they are her reading glasses. The cop tells the others that while they took their jewelry, they didn't take her glasses for a reason. The girl notices the numbers and concludes that if any of the numbers are prime numbers, the room has a trap. She tells them that all the other rooms with traps had prime numbers written behind the doors. They navigate through the doors in a single direction. They then reach a room where all the other doors had prime numbers except the one right above them. As the cop opens the door to check the numbers, another man drops down. He turns out to be an autistic man. Since they have no other option, they get to the room above and continue walking through rooms. They reach a room with no prime numbers, but when the cop enters the room, a trap activates, which the cop barely manages to escape. But the trap leaves a cut on his leg. Seeing this, the autistic man starts screaming in the other room. The cop asks the other man to calm him down. After the other man leaves, the cop tells the ladies that the other man might be a spy sent by the people who built the cubicle structure. While they are pondering what to do next, the other man starts laughing hysterically, saying they might all just end up dying there. They get into an argument, and in his anger, the other man tells them there is no way out of there. The others ask him how he knows that and question him about who he is. The other man confesses he is an architect and helped design the shell of the cubicle structure. They ask him who is behind this, to which he says he has no knowledge. The young girl asks him how big the room is and calculates the number of rooms in the structure. She concludes that the numbers between the rooms are the coordinates of the rooms and deciphers that they are 7 rooms from the edge. They decide to use boots to detect traps and take turns to enter new rooms and proceed. As time passes, they are left with only 1 boot. The young girl tells the architect that the coordinates of one room seem to be outside the cubicle. They are just a few rooms away from the edge, but then come across a room that activates a trap when hearing a medium decibel sound. They think of finding another route, but the cop says they should try crossing the room without making any sound. He becomes skeptical about the autistic man and tells the others to leave him behind and rescue him when they get out of the cubicle. But the doctor says they should take him along for the sake of humanity. The rest of them manage to cross the room, leaving the cop at the last. He manages to reach the door, but as he was crossing the room, the autistic man yelps. For part 2, click on the I button or click on the box on the right.